Is it ever okay to tell your partner that they have gotten fat? You can call us. Let us know. 800-682-1075. We're asking because the singer BB Rexa, she has been very open and honest about gaining weight. I think she was having some health issues, and she's like, look, I get it. I know I gained weight, right? But she put her boyfriend on blast by taking a screenshot of one of their personal text messages back and forth. And
is it a current boyfriend? Or?
Yeah, this is her current boyfriend.
Ooh.
She put him on blast because apparently in the text message, or I guess at some point, he said, hey, you've gained some weight. She's gained 35 pounds to be exact. And so
on top of we saw her last time on TV perform?
I think it's 35 total is what she's gained.
And to be fair, percentage-wise, that's probably her gaining like 20%, 30% gain in weight. That's a big deal. Like if Matt gained 35 pounds at his biggest, it wouldn't be as noticeable as somebody like a BB Rexa. Or even you, Katie, if you gain 35 pounds, you'd be like, oh my gosh.
True.
Because you're smaller, shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I carry it in my face and my gut.
Yeah.
Right? Well, BB Rexa posted a message on Instagram containing a screenshot of her boyfriend's text message that critiqued her body in what she's calling a very unflattering way. The text message says, hey, I never said you weren't beautiful, and I never said I didn't love you. In fact, I said how beautiful you are and how much I loved you. But I always said that I would be honest with you, and your face was changing. So I told you that it was. That this was a conversation we were having and you asked. Because I care, would you rather I lied to you? You gained 35 pounds. Obviously you gained weight and your face changed. Should I just pretend it didn't happen and that it's okay? Come on, I gained 3 pounds and you call me chubs and fatty. Doesn't mean you don't love me. If you're trying to find reasons to break up, this makes sense, but that's not the real reason.
Another mature man in a relationship.
Wow.
I mean, first of all, what I don't like is what you just said is that the fact that she screenshotted the text and sent it out to the public. That's not right.
No, not right.
That's a personal thing between them. And the way he did that, I like him. And you know what? And here's the tricky part. This drives me nuts when women will say, does this dress make me look fat?
Uh-huh.
And then you have to either be honest, which you should be, or lie if it does. So you have to make that decision. I go with the transparency, but it doesn't always work out the way you want it to work out, and that's not right because you're asking. So you don't want to create a relationship where you're lying. If something doesn't look great on somebody, in your opinion, I want that person to really think I'm giving them the honest feedback, because then you end up in that person like, are you just saying that because? No, I want you to know whatever opinion that I say is the truth in my world. But it's not always positive.
Also,
No,
Jason,
it's
let's say your
not.
wife Carol asked you that and you lied and you said, no, you look great. And then, everyone has different personalities. She takes a lot of photos and posts it or wants to post it like, I look terrible, all these things. Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Then you're like, you can't win.
You can't win. And then it doesn't give on any aspect of anything. She could make a dinner and she's like, do you like it? And if she catches me like I lied and I say, oh yeah, I like it. She's like, well, how do I know you like it? But then again, don't come back at us if we say, hey, that dress isn't the most flattering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have an easy solution to this.
What?
Just don't ask.
Don't ask.
I'm not going to ask, do I look fat? Because here's the thing.
Women ask all the time.
I don't. I ask my sisters because I know that they'll be honest, and I expect that from them. My romantic partner, my sexual partner, my husband. I don't want to hear it from him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
But don't you want what he's thinking?
No.
So if you came out, let's say you came out, you came out, and Katie actually does dress well for her body.
No, and I'm the bad guy. You hear that, Katie?
Question mark.
I think that is one of the best compliments.
I will
She
take
is
it.
her body?
so aware.
I'm so aware.
Because when Katie says she's overweight, listeners, when they meet her, are like, no, she's not.
And I'm like, but you ain't seen this gut.
And I'm like, no. If you really look, no, I'm just saying, yeah, she dresses. She doesn't ever highlight your low lights.
I do not.
Like, you dress. There's other people I know who don't dress appropriately for their body, and they like show you all their worst parts. And you're like,
I don't want to see it myself.
Like,
so
I'm not going to wear a half shirt.
Right. It's
Right?
not the best look on my
Whether
body.
you have muscles or not, I don't think you should wear a hat.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Right. If I could wear a ski mask, I would sometimes, but I can't at work.
Yeah.
But Katie dresses appropriately.
Thank you. I do take that as a compliment, but I will say, there are women in my life who are always on my sisters are some of them that they're always on trend. They always know, what's up and coming, and I'm jealous of it. But I can tell you right now, the reason I dress the way I dress is not because I don't want to be trendy or whatever. It's because I know what works and what doesn't.
Right.
And I feel like I've always known that. This show helps.
It does.
The show helps a lot.
We'll point it out.
Yep. We got real clear
Yeah,
message.
both men and women.
Yes.
I've just, I think I just have a new term for that type of fashion. It's called facade dressing.
Fine, but
Yeah.
I facade dress. But so I know the people to go to when I want the real, because I know my sisters will be very honest with me. Molly, my youngest sister, will sugarcoat it. Here's the difference.
She's a little bit nicer.
She presents it in a nicer package. Colleen,
She's generally nicer.
yes, and Colleen straight up is the one who knocked a cupcake out of my hand before her wedding.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know that I'm getting the real deal from them. But when it's my husband, I will say things like, "Do you like this dress?" Or
That's a
"Do
good
you
answer.
whatever?" Because I don't want him to have to be in a position to be like, "Well, yeah, your stomach looks large."
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I don't want that.
So he can play off like, I don't
But
like
if
that
your
color, but
significant,
really.
if your significant other is gaining a lot of weight,
I think that's a different situation because I would expect, as part of our vows that we took to each other, that it's for better or worse in sickness and in health.
That
if
doesn't
you're
mean it's not.
gaining a lot of weight, first of all, you know it.
Yeah.
This is not.
Yeah, newsflash to any skinny people
Yeah.
out there. Like, we know when we've
We
gained weight. We're not
know.
like, what?
Yes, where it's like, oh, thank you so much for your helpful comment, a-hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you are aware that you have gained weight. For real. I think it can get out of hand where maybe you don't always know
yeah,
how
I do
large
think
you've
that
gotten.
the bigger people sometimes, you see yourself every day, don't really realize how big you actually look.
Yeah, but the way that you can do it in a nice way and show that you care, that it's for their health, is stay on top of the doctor's appointments and then work out with them or change your life to go along with theirs.
Right. If
to
you're
be,
concerned about them and you're like, I'm really worried, but then the house is full of junk food and,
Right.
and you're not willing to do anything. Not that it's not that you can't eat your own stuff, but it's like, if you're really concerned, you're going to help as much as you can. Or try to get a Ozempic like Matt.
Sure. Why not? Well,
Either or.
my husband will say to me all the time, because we're trying, we struggle, and he'll say like, well, don't bring the crap into the house.
Yeah.
But then my downfall is that the way I show love is through food. And so, I have to like figure that out.
Right. And plus, there's crap on the way home. There's crap
Yes.
everywhere you go.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to avoid. All right. BB Rexhip, though, 100% in the wrong.
I do agree.
You're,
I do.
You're dating somebody and you've asked for him to be honest, and then you make fun of him when he's fat, probably jokingly.
Sure.
And he gains 3 pounds, and he can't say, hey, you look different.
She's doing to her boyfriend what has been done to her, probably to make herself feel better.
Yeah.
So that people are like, oh, you got fat. Oh, you gained weight, blah, blah. She knows. She's aware. She's said it. But then she throws her boyfriend under the bus. I don't get it.
Yeah, don't do that. Let's go to Michael. Michael, is it ever okay to tell someone that they're getting fat?
Yes, it is. You should tell them that all the time. That way it inspires them to be better. Just like you have a lot of fat women out here wearing leather pants going out thinking they look cute and they look horrible.
Is that
You
Jason?
have to be honest. No, listen, I'm sorry.
Michael
You
Goodman?
know,
Is that Michael
you have
Goodman?
to be honest.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
What'd
think
you say?
I think that's a good point.
So,
to
Michael,
be honest.
You said that you see a lot of fat women in leather pants that shouldn't be wearing them.
Yes. When I go out with my friends, and we see a lot of girls with some heft, like about 300, wearing leather pants, thinking they're cute. And women are not helping themselves by having them go out and wear this stuff. Like, you know better. You're big. You're shaped like the Kool-Aid man.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That's a little insensitive.
Hey,
Hey, when Jason says you're insensitive,
Yes.
you know you're doing really well.
Michael, do you have a significant other?
At the present time, I have a rotation. There's a difference.
Rotation? How many you got in rotation right now?
5. I don't
5.
need more than that.
5. All right.
Wow.
So baller, true player for real. I like Michael.
Something about
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And so are you a bigger
I
man?
mean, I'm always taking applications, but still, you know.
All right, Michael. I'm going to put you on hold. I think we want to talk to you in the future. I don't know. Get your take on some things.
Correction. You guys want to talk to him in the future.
All opinions are welcome. Some are more than others, I guess. Clay, is it ever okay to tell someone they're getting fat? Oh, we lost him. He got scared after
nuts.
Michael. Chris, is it ever okay to tell someone they're getting fat?
Yeah, honesty is key. Big isn't always beautiful, as they say.
So big is not always beautiful. And you think both for men and women, both a woman can tell a man is getting fat and a man can tell a woman she's getting fat?
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're just trying to help them.
Are you in a relationship?
I am.
You can tell he sounds
And
depressed.
she always
Man, a few
trying
words.
to asking me questions, put me in a bad spot, but she knows I'll tell her the truth. But then she gets mad at me. So
See?
you don't want to hear the answer, don't ask.
There you go. I agree.
Yeah.
Katie's right. Don't ask.
And,
Yeah, I
I
don't.
will say this: it does seem like women seem to be a little bit more sensitive to it than men.
Oh,
For instance,
totally.
Yes.
yeah, like if there's any hint of anything, like if let's say Carol opens a bag of potato chips and I'm just like, get it.
As you've done to every single one of us.
Yeah.
Guys, girls, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
It's because
it's like it's an overly sensitive thing, and I'm just playing around, but yet. She'll come up and be like, double chin, man, and grab my chin, and it's like funny. You know, it's like, well, wait a minute here. That's a double standard.
There's a double
but
standard
the
with
double
that.
standard is this. Body image issues are not geared for men.
A lot of guys have
It's
them.
really. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying as Jason. I'm pulling up Jason Goodman card here. Society directs every bit of the body
That's
image
true.
I don't
issues
think
towards
so.
women.
I mean,
Jason.
short guys have
Okay,
been
no,
demonized.
but
Like we're
it's-
demons. We're
but-
little devils running around.
Literally.
I'm talking about.
Literally
I'm
devil.
talking about big, huge
But it's
corporations
all-
that are in advertising, that are on billboards, that are on television.
Yes, you
that are
don't
in,
see good-looking short guys like short. We're demons. See,
Jason.
you choose to ignore that, and that's the fact.
I'm not ignoring it. I'm just saying there is a very big difference where it's women in general versus a man who's short.
Or a guy that's bald, like the Jared type
It's
bald,
not- it's not the same.
totally shaved thing.
It's not the same.
It's not the same because the
Why are
difference
y'all
is,
bringing me into it?
The difference is like you don't see like these big models and stuff that are short guys or short stubby guys like myself because. And there's nothing we can do about it. And it drives me nuts because when guys are overweight, no offense, Matt, I know you're working out hard. You look kind of fantastic. And you can do something about it. If you not all the time, but a lot of times you can.
Yeah.
So it's not fair to just say everything.
But,
It's not.
but like for example, I have a son that's almost 12 and a daughter who's almost 15. He doesn't think about his body at all, except for
all.
like, oh, I want to be ripped. I'm gonna be ripped.
And I'm hungry.
And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that guys don't ever have low self-esteem because of their bodies,
Because they
but it's a
definitely
lot
do.
less. But then my daughter and all her friends are obsessed with making sure that they look a certain way.
the makeup, the hair, the clothes, the shoes, your social
TikTok,
status, your
Instagram.
TikTok, all of
But
it.
some of
And
that, I think, that's women's culture sometimes.
That's exactly my point.
But
no,
you guys-
no, I'm saying that that is from the moment, for the most part, that women are born. It is 100% how you look, how you dress, what your face looks like, all the makeup, all the hair. You have to be skinny, can't be too fat, can't be too toned, can't be too muscular. It's like all these rules that just fill your head. To me, it's not the same comparison as a man who is short. It's just not. And I don't think
interesting.
that you'll ever truly understand it because you are not a woman.
No, but I don't think you'll truly understand from a guy's point of view. Like
I won't.
you got like I remember teachers in my school would be making fun of me in front of the whole class. Other kids' parents would be making fun of me, and you feel, I'm over it now, kind of. It's a
Clearly. Clearly,
it's not-
Napoleon.
it's openly
Yeah.
made fun of.
That's true.
Laugh. Teachers, no matter who it is, open laugh, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, well, I will
Besides
take
radical
you,
surgery,
Yes,
no.
I will take your word for that one. But it's the to say that doesn't exist for women is just it's.
I
not
didn't
true.
say it
Yeah.
doesn't exist for women.
But
hold on.
to the extent you will just never fully understand.
Right, but I never said it doesn't exist for women. I never.
Well,
said
how you said it
I'm
should
saying
be-
it does exist for men too.
Yes,
Just at a lower level.
at a lower level.
in different
Depends.
ways.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation. I think the short thing is so niche that a lot of people don't experience, so they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taller than Jason, a lot taller than Jason, but I'm relatively short, and I'm not newly single, but single.
You're more on the average side.
Yeah, about 5'9", or
I
I'm
just
5'9".
Gave you a compliment.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah,
It's not a compliment. It's
I'll
a
take
fact.
average from you. I'll take you saying average in my name in the same sentence.
And he called Matt almost fantastic looking. I mean,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
full
you
of
did.
compliments today.
But I've been on a date with one particular girl multiple times, and she wears heels and stuff, and she's like 5'11". And I was like, it bothered me at first until she said it doesn't bother her. I said, if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me.
Oh, I like that. I like because then other guys like, how did this
I know.
short guy get
Short,
this tall guy?
bald, although losing weight, fat guy. Yeah.
Although losing
That's
weight.
also part of the thing why men get away with this stuff because women are accepting of us,
Yes.
which is a beautiful thing.
And the
Although
funny
it's bad
thing
for
is,
our health long term.
real quick, short women don't get the same.
No,
No,
not at
they
all.
don't.
They're- it's short.
Men like short
Yeah.
women.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both.
Well, yeah, we like
Both.
it doesn't matter.
All
Yeah.
women.
You can be 10 foot tall as long as you're hot. If you could be 3 foot tall as long, well,
And Squid says, as long as you got that wagon.
they got that wagon.
Yep.
Let's go to Justice. Justice, is it ever okay to say that someone is fat or tell them they're getting fat?
I don't think it's okay to say you're getting fat. I mean, I think it's okay to like push the narrative, but like, hey, let's get healthier together, or like, I want to go to the gym. Do you want to come with me? You know, like me and my boyfriend are kind of going through that where I've had 3 kids. We've both gained some weight, but neither one of us, we still tell each other that we're beautiful, that we're into each other, but we're both like, you know, let's get grilled chicken instead of fried chicken, or let's hop on the Peloton tonight and see who can have the best score, you know, stuff like that to promote healthiness without being rude or hurtful.
I think that's a good way to go about it. Thank you.
It's just, you know, sometimes it's like we it's always feelings over facts sometimes, right?
Yeah, but that matters.
Right.
You're still delivering facts. You're just not being a jerk about it.
But I mean,
Yes,
if the
Foreign
delivery,
concept.
if they actually take it in and understand what's going on, then yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? A lot of times I do. I'll say for myself, if I see somebody else maybe gaining some weight, I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to try to be healthier. I'm trying to lose weight, and sometimes the atmosphere of myself sometimes might influence.
Is that why you come in and share all of your new Mediterranean snacks with us?
No, because she just gets smart lipo. I have to.
Jason's like, I got these new chickpeas. Would you like to eat them?
Meanwhile,
Yes,
Matt's
I would.
injecting himself with Ozempic. He's like, don't care.
Throwing up
to
before
me.
work.
I already threw it this morning. Leave me alone.
Jason brings these snacks in here. I'm nauseous. Thanks, I'll try it.
Yeah,
Fine, Matt. I'll not offer you one. I thought you liked it.
That was good.
I did like them.
The
Chickpea
chickpea
yes.
one was
The
good.
Yes,
chickpea
it
puffs
was.
were great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like the other ones too.
Megan, but also when somebody's already doesn't struggle with weight
It's
and they lose 5
yeah.
pounds, good for you.
Yeah.
It's still hard to lose weight. Don't get me wrong. We're kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, you didn't eat 2 hamburgers today, so you lost 40 pounds.
And don't
in
be
2
giving
seconds.
people advice on how to eat when you are skinny.
And also not eating.
Yes.
That's why they're skinny. Hello.
No,
genetics.
not always.
Jason,
not always.
the reason you're short is
Yeah.
genetics.
Yeah,
Right?
not your
Maybe
fault.
I don't know. I weightlifted when I was too young, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Well, your dad's what, 5'6", 5'5"?
No, he's 5'8".
Ooh, wow, man, you are stunted in so many ways.
I could have stunned. I smoked a little bit when I was 12.
I don't know. 12.
You did all the things to stunt your growth.
Jason, honest to God, I used to think when I was growing up that because I wore tighter sports bras, I was like stunted my own growth.
Right.
And I did it to myself.
I purposely didn't wear hats because I didn't want to lose my hair, and now I've lost my hair, and now I wear a hat. It's all genetics.
It
though.
is,
My
I
dad's
know.
bald. Everyone
Yeah.
on my mom's side's bald. It's like, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Megan, is it okay to tell someone they're getting fat? Or you wanted to comment on something Michael said? Now, if you're just joining us, Michael called in and he was like, "Hey, this is about a big. This is what he said. A bunch of fat women out here wearing leather pants." They also mentioned he has a rotation of 5 girlfriends. But go ahead.
I think he said women with heft.
With heft, right? Megan, go ahead.
The Kool-Aid man, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's okay. If you know somebody really well, that's a different story. But I don't think it's okay. What I don't think is okay is somebody completely fat shaming. That's a difference than just telling somebody. So Michael specifically doesn't seem like he can really hold much of a conversation. So I doubt there's 5 people in rotation. But
Well, would you
that says a lot about him. But
would you say that
leather pants are not.
the delay thing?
Yeah.
Would you say that? Would you, if your significant other, is that okay? You said if you don't know them well, if it's a family member, your significant other, would you agree to that?
I think if you and your significant other has that kind of relationship, but I wouldn't tell my mom or anyone else that's gained weight. I've gained weight, but if I want to wear leather pants, then I'm still going to because, I mean, sexy is a feeling that you feel. So women will told, eat a cheeseburger if you're too skinny. Don't eat a cheeseburger if you're not skinny enough. I don't really think there's a way in the middle that I just think his way of going about it was gross.
Okay, thank you.
And I also don't think that people realize, unless it has happened to you, how detrimental the delivery can be. Is that, I remember specifically at a very young age, 2 people in my life, and more than that, but I specifically 2 things where comments were made about my body. And those are things that you hold on to that shape you
How long ago?
forever.
What age?
When I was 8.
8?
When I was 8. There
What
was
were they?
somebody
What
in my
was it?
life who told me that I went into the kitchen. We were at the beach, and I went into the kitchen, and 8 years old with our entire family there, and we had donuts. Like we went to Stone Harbor, New Jersey, and they had this awesome donut shop with crumb cakes and stuff. And I knew that we weren't allowed to just eat dessert whenever we wanted to. Dessert was dessert. And I went into the kitchen and I snuck a piece. In my mind, I'm sneaking it because I'm not allowed to have dessert at this time.
Not because of any weight thing, right?
Not because of my
'Cause you're
body
8,
or whatever. I was like, if I get caught eating dessert, I won't get it later, And so I was cutting a piece of the crumb cake, and I remember that an uncle of mine said to me something like, you know, in this house, you don't have to hide food because you're ashamed. And I just thought, I didn't have that thought.
But
and
you
then
put it
I
in
did.
your head.
But let me ask you, is it so wrong though? Let's say from a young age we say the reason why we don't eat too much of this because it become unhealthy and you can gain an unhealthy weight. A lot of people say that's fat shaming, but how dare?
No, I think that if the delivery, and that's my point, is that those types of things are, when it's not done properly, they stay with you and they can really screw you up and shape who you are and the way that you view your body and the way that you view.
But do you think your uncle was coming across negative?
No, I don't. I think now, you know, as a mother of an almost 8-year-old, I would never say that to her in that way, but or to my son that way either. But at that time, that's how I processed it. Is like, oh, he thinks that I have to sneak it because I'm a fatty. That's how I processed it. Never thought about my body before until that moment. And then there was another person in my life who I think I was right around the same age, and we were all running around in the sprinkler. We grew up in the middle of nowhere. We had the sprinkler on. We never wore clothes, you know what I mean? We just didn't. And this person in my life said, I think it's, you know, about time that you start covering up.
Well, it's because you're naked and you're 8.
Well, yes, but all the other kids were running around
but
too.
But they didn't want
I
anybody
was
else.
heavy.
But the heavy,
I was heavy.
That's messed
and
up.
I had cousins who were the same age, and they were all running around, and you know, maybe didn't look the same way that I did, and I just remember being like so ashamed.
I think that's messed up because he's saying cover up like there's something like that. It's bothering him. You know what I'm saying? But there's, I think at some point, I think it's. In talking about healthy eating and healthy weights and healthy this to stay healthier, and Lizzo would disagree, I think, but it's okay even as kids because why are we facading the fact? The fact is we try to be as healthy as we can and have a healthy weight because we'll live longer and a healthier life. And sometimes people have different genetics and it's more difficult for other people to do that or not, but I think it should be out there, but just not in a hurtful way.
Well, and not saying it just to the one kid who's overweight,
right?
Or while one kid's
can't
eating,
say it to the other kid because the other kid's not overweight.
So just don't say anything at all.
No, healthy eating is healthy eating.
I mean,
because weight gain causes all sorts of problems, and we joke about skinny fat, but there's also that. Like if you're technically skinny, but you eat like garbage, you can still be clogging your arteries.
Absolutely.
That's what I tell myself. All right, let's go to Margie. Margie, is it ever okay to tell someone they're getting fat?
I don't believe so because when I was young, I was known as the fat kid in school, and I was shamed a lot. And everybody always told me, especially family members, if you would just lose some weight, you would be so beautiful. And that just sticks with you for the rest of your life. And then you get bullied at school. And when a loved one tells you that, it hurts worse than when a stranger tells you that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you.
I think the beautiful part, because in that instance, they're associating with you're not beautiful because you're overweight. So that's probably but I do think it's okay for a parent or somebody to be like, you know, let's be healthier. You know, it's better for your body. You might even like the way you look. It's not. You're still beautiful.
Use things like stronger, and you're going to live longer, and you're going to be.
But it's still part of the way you look.
Yeah.
But Jason, you want to be honest? What if your kid's ugly?
There's that.
What
if your kid's ugly? You're talking about being honest all the time. What if they're ugly?
I don't
lie
think
and say they're attractive.
Most parents don't think even when their kids are ugly that they're ugly. They always think their kids are
like, look at these beautiful babies.
I mean, they're babies maybe, but I think as they get older, you can say, not my kids, but I mean, I know some people that are like, yeah, one of my kids kind of weird looking. I'm like,
not many though.
I think deep down, everyone has eyes. Yeah.
But the eyes, it's different.
You love because you love them and you care about. And you know they're more than just looks. There's more than that. But if you like, you see them next to like a model kid, you're like, oh, okay. Well.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.